you guys, it's Sarah here and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I put together this cute little turtle hide and go seek activity page. The idea is that it is a full turtle at the front of his page. Little kids can lift his arms and his head, but also hidden inside on his back is a tiny little baby turtle. Let me see if I can actually shake it and find you and show you. There it is there actually. I don't know if it'll appear in the camera, but there's the little tiny baby turtle. And then there's just a bunch of other fun little like buttons and trinkets and letters and numbers so little kids can shake it. They can see all the gems and all the trinkets and see what they can find. And then they can help that big Papa Turtle find his little baby hiding on his back. I love this page because there's no detachable pieces and it's really quick to put together. It requires minimal cuts and it's just a really fun one to make. Any pages that involve those little buttons and little fun little trinkets, I always love making those ones. So I'll show you how I put this one together and I'll share what the template looks like at the end of this video. I'll have the template available exclusively on my Patreon in JPEG and SVG formats. And then don't forget, if you're new to my channel, I have a ton of free printable templates in PDF format on my website, Bambino Busy Books. So if you're interested in either of those, make sure you check those out. Okay, thanks so much you guys for watching. Thanks for all your support. Please subscribe if you enjoy these videos and you're enjoying Busy Books as much as I am, and I'll see you in the next video. As always, I'm starting out with my 8" by 8" nice 1.2 millimeter stiff Korean light blue felt. I have that available to purchase on my website if you'd like to check that out. Here are the pieces that you need to have cut. This is also my nice stiff 1.2 millimeter Korean felt in these brown and green. There's only 2 colors, so the cutting for this one is really easy. You just have to cut out the brown and the green pieces. And then you also need a clear sheet of vinyl plastic. The very first thing I'm going to do is take this oval and I'm going to sew around on the inside. I'm just going to sew and attach that piece of vinyl onto that piece. And I'm also going to take the 2 copies of my turtle head. I cut out 2 of those for each page and I sew around the border. And the reason I'm using 2 copies instead of just 1 is just because I know that little kids tend to like grab the head of the turtle and try to make it move around and lift it. So I wanted to add a little bit of stiffness and structure. So I just have 2 copies instead of 1 for that one. So yeah, I'll do those stitches right around the inside of that and on the head. Okay, I've done those stitches and I've also went ahead and just cut off all the extra plastic vinyl that I had. The next thing I'm going to do is just place that vinyl piece over top of the other brown circle. I'm going to kind of put that on an angle from one corner to another on the page, and I'll put the green pieces, so the head and all the pieces for the arms and the legs. I'm going to just arrange those and tuck them all underneath on the very bottom, and I'll arrange them to look like arms and legs. And then there's this little green oval piece for the tail. I'm going to line that up as best I can, and I'm going to sew around now the outside of the border. So I'm sewing down all of the turtle shell pieces as well as the green pieces all at once. I am going to leave a little opening though so that I can still put in the pieces that go inside the shell. So I'm not going to close the stitch, leave a little opening at the top. Okay, so that's what the page looks like now. Everything is attached. Actually, the head is not quite attached, but it will be once I close that stitch. I also forgot in a second ago when I was saying that there's only brown and green. I lied. There is white and black as well. I'm going to hot glue those on for the turtle's eyes. I totally forgot about including that in the beginning though, because I don't even bother having to cut these out very often. When I do cut them, I just cut a whole bunch of those white circles and a whole bunch of the black circles of this size. I cut a whole bunch out at once because not only do I use them on the turtle, I use them on other pages, like for example my jellyfish and yarn page or my brush the hippo's teeth page. I use them for the hippo's teeth and the hippo's eyes. That's one of kind of my secret tips that I do, is I try to keep eyes, especially things like eyes, when I design them, I either try to keep them a bigger size like that fits on these, or I keep them a smaller size to fit on smaller creatures like finger puppets. And so that way I don't have to always cut a bunch of those circles. I just kind of have them to the side ready to use. So I'm going to go ahead and hot glue those onto the turtle's face. And then I've also got this bucket of different buttons and gems. I actually have even more than this. I won't show you all that I have, but the most important thing here is these little tiny baby turtles. This is kind of the whole point of this activity. I'm going to put just one of these little baby turtles inside of the turtle's back. So I'm going to open one, get one of the turtles, So that will definitely be in, I'm going to put that in that opening in between those two layers. And then I'm going to just add a bunch of other fun little gems, little buttons, other little creatures. I've got some fish, I've got snails, umbrellas, owls. I don't really care what it is. Just a bunch of different little things for kids to look at. And the idea is they have to try to spot that little turtle that's inside. They have to try to help the Papa Turtle find his little baby turtle. Okay, so I've got all sorts of fun little trinkets and gems and buttons in there, and somewhere hidden is a little turtle. I don't know if you can see him. I can't see him. I'm going to sew this stitch closed, and then I've even got some little bells in there so that it's got a little bit of a jingle. Not a loud jingle, but a quiet one, and so little kids can shake it and see if they can find that little baby turtle. Okay, so that completes the turtle page for the most part. I'm just going to grab another 8" by 8" sheet of felt. This felt is not my nice Korean felt. It's a lower quality stiff felt that I just get off of Amazon. I always use a lower quality felt for the back sides of my pages because 9 times out of 10, I'm always wrapping them in this cute little fabric anyways. So I have this adorable, sparkly, like ocean themed fabric. I use it in a lot of my ocean animal pages or ocean creature pages. I don't have any fabric that's specifically turtle theme, but this will definitely do. I'm going to take my other sheet of felt, and I'll just wrap that in the fabric. Okay, so I'm just going to clip that onto the back side of my turtle page, make sure that I've got the right side facing up. And then before I attach it and sew it all around the border, I like to use these either 2 or 3 millimeter sheets of felt that I've just cut out by hand using my scallop edge fabric scissors. And I just insert that in between the front and back side of the pages, and that will act as my binding piece to connect other pages and build a whole custom book. So let's go ahead and sew around that border. And last but not least, I'm going to grab my heavy duty hole punch and just put 2 holes into that binding piece. And there we have it. It's this really cute turtle page. All the little legs lift and the head lifts. And then, like I said, they've got to try to search and find that little baby turtle. And in the meantime, they can just enjoy the sound and the sparkle of the little gems. And they can see what other little creatures or numbers or letters they can spot on the turtle's back. Okay, hope you guys enjoyed that. Stay tuned, and I'll quickly show you the bulk template that I use and that I share on my Patreon in both SVG and JPEG format. I do say bulk. I just mean when I'm filling my 12" by 12" sheets of felt and cutting multiple pieces at once. And that will be exclusively on my Patreon. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching, and I will see you in the next video. And finally, here's what the template looks like on my Patreon that I share. You can see it's just super easy and super minimal. We've got one cut on a 12" by 12" sheet of brown felt that cuts out 4 sets of the back side of the turtle shell. And then another cut that cuts out the top layer of the turtle shell. Again, it cuts enough for 4 sets. And then the green cuts enough for 2 sets of all of the turtle pieces. So you just have to do 2 cuts of the green and then 1 cut each of the brown, and you have enough to make 4 of the activity pages. So this page is awesome because it's so cute and it's so fun, and it's just minimal cutting, and it's really simple. You can also see here I have a bunch of the eyes in both the white and the black circles for the eyes. Those are also cut out. I don't have to cut those out barely ever, because when I do make one of these, like I said earlier, I use them for other activity pages. So you already have these cut out, and so when you go to make this page, it's really just a few easy cuts that you have to do. So I love pages like this because it's not overwhelming. There's not a bunch of little pieces that you have to worry about. It's just really straightforward and easy. It's a great one especially if you're just beginning and you want to start out by making kind of quick and more simple activities. As always, if you don't want to make it in bulk, you can still use this template on my Patreon. You just have to delete the extra copies, so you can just delete them and then group the 2 brown pieces together and delete the extra set of the turtle pieces as well. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much, you guys, for watching. Thanks so much to those of you who have subscribed or who have purchased templates on my Patreon. I love having that group, and I really appreciate all the support, and thank you for watching here on YouTube as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.